timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. First event of the stock saw. One cut race heading down the bottom right now. It'll be Hovis. Hovis off first, but look how fast Matty Sling is into his underhand chop. He'll be the first one into that underhand. Still anybody's race right now. Who do you think is going to be the first to turn here? Oh, it's Matty. Matty down on stand number 4. Throwing some driving blows into that log. Hovis trying to reel in. There goes Matty over to with a single buck. Followed right behind him, Aaron Hovis. Caleb trying to get that underhand to come apart. Oh, big hang for Hovis on 2. Gonna cost him some time. There's an uncharacteristic hang for Sling. Finishing it off though, he's into the standing. Here comes Hovis into the standing. One of Hovis's power events here. This standing block, he's got to stay in it. Doesn't have to win this heat, just has to have a good enough time to finish in those top 8 to seed into this. Matty going for the drives over there on position 4. That'll do it for Matty Sling. Give him a big round of applause. Hovis just cannot get that log to break, and there it goes. Strong time for Aaron Hovis. All right, Caleb Graves still battling through this standing block here.
A few more blows, Dave, and he will be off.
And there it is. Give them all a big round of applause. That'll do it for Heat 1.
Heat 2, we will have Dom Ruckle once again.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. Look at the stocks off. Nice smooth entry from all 4 athletes. Coming to the bottom first will be Scarborough. Scarborough into the underhand log first on lane 2. Everybody else joining him now on the front side of these logs. Bo Quinn, massive chips out of that log down there on position 4. Look at the pace for Storm. Storm throwing the drivers in. Catching up, Rose kind of stumbled a little bit, heading to the backside. One hit advantage for Bo Quinn and Scarborough. Here comes Ruckle on position 1, trying to reel him in. Storm going for the drives. It'll be Bo Quinn first, heading to the single buck. Bo Quinn's power event on position 4 with Scarborough and Storm. Scarborough, uncharacteristic hangs. Right off the top, there goes Bo Quinn now, over into the standing, followed by Logan. Storm now hanging up in the bottom there, gonna cost him a few seconds. He's now into the standing block. This is where he can reel him in. Storm, so fit and such an efficient standing block cutter. Gonna get after it now. Ruckle now joining the party in the standing block. Bo Quinn getting ready to go for those driving blows over there on lane 4. Storm onto the backside now, trying to reel in Bo Quinn. Bo Quinn cannot get the block to break. There it goes. Bo Quinn finally takes it off. He'll be the first off in this heat. Storm going for the drives on position 3 with Scarborough. Scarborough will take it off a hit before Storm. We'll stick with Ruckle over here. Kind of shorted his Farwood. Going to cost him a couple hits in the back, but there it is. Give them all a big round of applause. Great.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. Nice smooth entry for all 4 athletes into the Stock Star Silver Jr. We off first on position 1. Throwing the hat. Chubby Gray Squirrel engaged. Jump turn onto the backside. Going to have a 4 or 5 hit advantage on the backside, but here comes Beaudry. Beaudry, one of the best American underhand cutters. on position 3, trying to reel him in, but there goes Jamie. Jamie off into the single buck. Beams, Beaudry right behind him. Here comes Beamsy. A little bit of a hang there. Beaudry trying to reel in Jamie. Jamie's got a good cut going in the single buck, though. One more stroke should do it. There he goes. He's off to the standing block. Jamie's feeling it now. He can take this heat. Here comes Beams and Beaudry. Beams, such a good standing block cutter, though. Going to throw the drivers in. There he goes, catching up with Jamie. He's onto the backside. Here comes Beaudry as well. Beaudry now trying to reel him in. Beaudry's got to keep that axe moving if he's going to take him down, though. Beams going for the drive. There it is. Dan Beams will take the heat. Followed by Jamie Koger and Beaudry. We'll stick with Mr. Jones on position 2. Brad Jones, we saw him cutting in Milwaukee a couple weeks ago. Had a very impressive standing block out there.
Fabulous standing block.
Yeah, he's come a long way in just a few years now. It was a nice, gracious little walk around the block. He's like, yep, we're just going to finish it up nice and smooth here. Efficiency's the name of the game.
Stick with him, folks. He's about ready to drive that off. We're going to do another round of chips, driving that sucker off now. Big round of applause for Brad Jones there. Is that what it is? And 2 more beggars coming. Wow, what a start to the weekend already.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Here they go. Oh, double clutch there from Hansen. Trying to straighten it out a little bit. He'll still finish off first. In the stock saw, he's into the underhand first. 2 hits ahead of Nicely, but here comes Nicely. Such an efficient underhand cutter. Man, that chip did not want to come out. When it finally did, massive plate over there for him. He's going to throw those drivers in and head around. Beautiful jump turn. There goes Hansen right on his heels with little Bradley Kittle down there on position 3. Nicely going for those drives, taking it off nice and cleanly. Yogging over into the single buck.
That was a prance for sure, Dave.
Big hang there for Hansen on position 1. Nicely into the meat of that log already. Another hang there for Hansen. Just must not have his feet set. Saw it dipping on him. Nicely now over into the standing block. Kittle trying to finish things up down there. Now passing Hansen in the single, finishing it off. There he goes over into the standing. This is where that question of endurance is going to need to be answered. Can he ring the bell for us here in this one? There goes Nicely. Heading to the backside of his log there on position 2. Here's where the fitness for Hansen is going to come in. He's throwing those drivers in. Into the backside. There it is for Nicely, finishing things up. Beautiful time for him on position 2. Kittle now heading to the backside of his log. Hansen miles ahead of Kittle now in the standing. Beautiful time there for Ben. Give him a big round of applause. Excellent cut. And then Kittle trying to finish things up there on position 3. Broke the near, working his way to the far, and there it is. Give them all a big round of applause. All right, there's the whistle. Here we go.
Nope, stand down.
To your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Beautiful start there by Josh Wilson on stand number 2. He'll be the first one down to the bottom. There he goes. All right, Wilson now hammering away on the underhand. Carlson Van Beek trying to reel him in. Renee making up for not being in Milwaukee with the cheers here today. All right, there goes Wilson driving off the underhand, now heading over to the single buck. Van Beek off second, making sure the axe stays in that log. Both these guys, Carlson and Van Beek, now into the single. Bit of a hang there. Two hangs there for Van Beek. Trouble in the single there for Van Beek. Wilson moving very efficiently there into the standing. Here comes Carlson though. One of Carlson's power events, going for the 1-and-1, opening it up. Chip hanging in his way, definitely took a little bit off that near hit for him. Wilson to the backside of his log. Here's Van Beek's power event. Van Beek now getting into the front of this log. He goes around quick to the back. Van Beek reeling in Wilson now. Carlson trying to chase him down. It'll still be Wilson. On position 2, Van Beek getting ready to go for those drives on position 3. Carlson will get him though. On position 1, give them all a big round of applause. Great race here in heat number 4.
Josh Wilson.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. Nice clean entry into the stocks off into the bottom, and Gabe Brandt first. Your Forrester down here on position 1, getting a little stuck there on that first hit. Darby playing Surfer down there on position 3. Now getting into his underhand log with Shuknek on position 2. Gabe went onto the backside of his log with Darby.
Come on, Gabe. Come on.
Shuknek throwing in a couple more driving hits over there. Taking 5 drivers on the same side. Into the backside, there goes Brandt. Gabe's hammering. On position 1, he's got a great time going. Here comes Darby Hand. Hand now into the single. Shuknek going for those driving blows over there on position 2. Gabe's moving. Gabe's moving well. A little bit of a scoop there, but controlled it. Still got that chip to come out. He's going to throw some driving blows in. There he goes. He's around to the backside. Darby finishing things up on position 3. Shuknek now into the single buck. Gabe getting ready to go for these driving blows down here on position 1. We're going to see where this time is for him. Darby now into his standing block. Shuknek getting to the small wood of that single buck. Gabe's block just does not want to come apart now. And there it is. Give him a big round of applause. Great time for Gabe. Darby now onto the backside of his standing block. Shuknek regretting life's decisions here on the front side of his standing block.
Overwood, Brian. Keep breathing, bud.
Now, this event takes so much endurance.
I'm exhausted.
I am so glad this didn't become popular until after I said I'm done. I tell you that. This is not one of those you've ever seen me cut. Built for comfort, not speed.
This isn't just speed. I mean, this is truly a marathon here. 4 disciplines. Stick with Brian here as he is on his backside. Darby catching his breath. Gabe as well. This is a workout to the extreme. Very nice of Zach Browse to give him a little bit of a break before we go into the tree after this. Stick with Brian. He's getting very close to driving this block off, folks.
That's all I'm saying. You sucked up.
Looks like Ryan's block has come apart there on him. There it is.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, nice clean entry there for Whitmore. Moving first out to the log, shutting the Saw down. Parsons right with him now, heading into the underhand. Whitmore, one hit ahead into the underhand.
Reach down. Reach down.
Whitmore, always been such a strong underhand cutter, making the front look easy, working his way to the backside of the log. Parsons going for the 1-1 in the bottom there. Head to that backside, two drivers in.
Come on, get it moving. Stay down.
Whitmore going for the drives, nice and smooth. Almost split that log, slamming that axe into it. He's over to the single buck. Parsons going for the drives there. Alec now heading over to the single.
It's almost like he doesn't want it.
He's saying, man, I really, really promise I did sign up for the hard hit and not this.
Light.
Whitmore
Light.
working into the standing block. That standing block seems all there. Nice and crispy. Throwing 3 drives across. Parsons now gingerly making his way into the standing block.
Span it good now. Reach.
Whitmore,
There it is.
a couple more hits should do it for him down there on position 4. Got a good time going. Starting to wiggle for him. And there it is. Give him a big round of applause. Great cut for Kyle.
Stick with Alec here. He's on his backside. He says that hard hit is a lot more fun than this endurance race. Couple chip hits, driving it off here. Good cut for Alec Parsons there.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Sling, Archibald Jr. super fast. Look at Van Beek. Van Beek flying down there on position 4, but Beaudry will be the first into the underhand. Underhand going to be so important here for Arden Coker Jr. Have as smooth of a cut as he did in that last heat, because look at Sling and Beaudry around first. Jamie, beautiful jump turn there onto the backside. Beaudry going for the drives. There he goes. Beaudry now into the single. Maddie having to go back. Thought it was going to break. Had to take one more swing. He's now over into the single with Van Beek. Beaudry 4 strokes ahead, but here comes Maddie Sling, one of Maddie's strongest events, the single buck. Trying to reel in Beaudry. Beaudry, beautiful transition here into the standing block. Sling right behind him. Van Beek into the standing. Van Beek so dangerous when he gets into this standing block. Gonna be looking to reel these guys in. Beaudry onto the backside first. Sling now onto the backside. Van Beek's gonna be 4 hits behind Sling and onto the back. Beaudry going for the drives on 1. Beaudry will advance. Sling going for the drives. Van Beek will advance on position 4. What a cut for Tristan Van Beek. Sling looking at it saying, nope, I'm done with that log. We'll stay with Arden Coker Jr. there on position 4. And there it is. Give him a big round of applause. Beaudry, Van Beek will head to the finals. All right, we'll run him down again. Got Dan Beams on 1, Wilson on 2, Carlson on 3, Hovis on 4.
Yep.
Here we go.
15 seconds.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, your number 2 seed on position 1. Dan Beams out of Australia. He's going to be second off in the stocks. I'll look at Wilson. Wilson, nice and smooth into the underhand. Beams going to be the last guy onto the underhand, but he's going to make up for it here. Getting some pace on that axe now, reeling in the rest of the field. Wilson, Hovis be the first to turn. Here comes Beams though. This is going to be a good race, folks. Wilson getting ready to throw the drivers in. Beams starting to reel him in. It'll be Hovis though. Hovis first to the single, followed by Wilson, then Beams. Carlson trying to finish things up. He's now heading to the single. Big hang there for Wilson on position 2. Going to cost him some time. Beams now hanging on position 1 as well. Trouble in the single block for those two guys. Wilson and Hovis into the standing. Beams power event, standing block. Gonna try to reel in the rest of this field now. Again, top 2 advance into the next round. Hovis on the backside with Wilson. Beams throwing the big drivers in. He'll head to the backside. Hovis getting ready to go for the drives with Wilson. Beams still trying to reel him in. Hovis will advance. Wilson will advance. Beams going for the drives on position 1. Carlson just getting to the backside of his log on position 3. Dan reaching way across. There it is for Dan. 1 or 2 more hits for Carlson should do it. There it is. Give them all a big round of applause.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, they're off. In the stock saw. Laying him down. There goes Wilson. Wilson first into the underhand on position 4. Beaudry was right behind him, followed by the rest of the field. Beaudry, though, so strong in this event. Him and Wilson turning at the same time. Hovis with him as well. Hovis slapping his block off there. Could be an advantage for him on position 3. Beaudry through the underhand first. Wilson struggling to get it to go off. He's now behind Hovis and Beaudry. Beaudry's got a great single cut going here. Wilson trying to reel him in with Hovis. Hovis hammering on position 3. It'll be Beaudry. Beaudry now goes to the standing. Hovis to the standing. Wilson hanging the saw again. Here comes Van Beek. Van Beek's power event now. Beaudry, beautiful driving blows on the front side of that log. Hovis trying to reel him in. Glancing blow for Wilson down there on 4. Beaudry going for the drives. Hovis going for the drives. It's going to be Beaudry. Beaudry will take it, followed by Hovis. Van Beek will come off in 3rd. And the wheels came off down there for Wilson in this one. Just could not get that underhand to come off. Hung up the single saw, but finished it up. Give them all